Hey, K-Rock Mid-Atlantic Rock Reviews, the MARR Army Rock Show. I'm with Decker and Randy from Stitched Up Heart, fresh off of Shiprock. Guys, welcome to the show.
Oh, thank you. What's up?
Thanks for having us.
So we were just talking informally. You know, we're going to ask a lot about Shiprock here. We were just hearing some kind of behind-the-scenes story. But before we start that, kind of like a little mini Shiprock reunion tonight. Talk a little bit about the tour you guys are on right now. It's a pretty cool one.
It definitely is, yeah.
Well, we started off in Los Angeles with us and Letters from the Fire, and slowly made our way across the United States to Miami. No, we actually had about 4 shows.
It was a pretty quick run, yeah, actually.
It was like bam, 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 like show after show after show, and I think we had like 1 day off, and we spent on Miami Beach.
Yeah, well, it was the day off that from Oklahoma City we had to drive to Miami, which is 1,500 miles.
Oh my God.
It took us about 30 hours.
That's a drive.
But then when we got there, we did have a little bit of time.
It was
in Miami.
it was one day we were in Oklahoma City, and it was an ice storm. And we drove through the ice storm and made it all the way to Miami, where it's like nice and tropical and it's really hot, coconuts on the palm trees.
Now, was that before Shiprock? So this
That
tour,
was
so this
before.
Shiprock interrupted the tour.
Yeah, so we started. Well, the whole thing, the point was to get to Shiprocked, since we were starting this tour after with Lacey, so that we had, because last year we flew in and then flew back, but with this tour happening, we had to have all our stuff with us and everything.
So, talk a little bit about the Shiprock experience, what it's meant to the band, and I'm going to ask you a couple questions about it. But first, that one, this is year 2 for you guys on the boat. So, what has it meant to the band?
Yeah. Well, it's actually the first year that we did it. I remember we played day number 2, or it was like this day after it docked, and it was like 1 p.m. in the afternoon, and they had us playing on the main stage. And prior to that, nobody knew who we were. I don't think too many. I mean, a couple people on the ship might have knew, but not that many. But then after we did that set, everybody was out there on the deck that morning or that afternoon, and then everybody knew who we were afterwards. And then we made a bunch of friends, and everyone kept coming up to us like, "Thank you so much for coming. You guys are so amazing. We love you guys." And everyone ended up voting us. I guess there was a voting poll that they have on the Shiprock Facebook page or whatever, and everybody voted us back on, so that's how we ended up coming back again.
Yeah, and every show since then, there's just groups of Shiprockers, and they're all guys are wearing the shirts.
Yep.
They're all wearing the shirts. They make themselves known. We're on the boat, and we, now we recognize almost all of them. And even coming back this past year, in that year since, I felt like we had met almost everybody who was going to be on the boat. Plus, we played with almost all the bands who were on the boat. So I was like, there's going to be maybe 25 people on this boat that we don't know before we even get on it. And it's definitely helped, with show attendance and with the helping the popularity of the band. We're so grateful for the guys at Danny and Alan and Al McManus who put it on. It's done wonders for us, for sure.
So looking back, do you have a top moment? Was there one highlight moment that stands out of your brain from either or both of the cruises?
Playing with the Stowaways.
The Stowaways.
By far. That's just that's like my favorite part of the whole ship, or the whole cruise.
So for folks that don't know Shiprock, explain a little bit what the Stowaways is and and who you played with when you're doing it.
They get together, not just the bands who are playing on the boat, and they pick a few guys from each band, but also they bring on another slew of musicians whose bands aren't playing, and they have them play. So, for instance, I got to play Space Oddity with Jeff Tate from Queensryche, and Lucas Rossi from ALO Method, and Al McManus, who puts on the thing, and Ron Bumblefoot from Guns N' Roses. Mm-hmm. So that's just a surreal experience right there. Also, Dave Buckner, formerly Papa Roach, was up there playing my cowbell. So he wanted a little cowbell solo, and he brought me up during Sabotage with Jacoby Shaddix and Josh Todd and Sonny Sandoval to play djembe with them. So it's this whole community of musicians, and they just throw us together and have us play a bunch of different songs. And Randy got to do some really cool ones.
Yeah, I got to do Pantera Walk and Michael Jackson Beat It.
That's
the finale.
I got to close the second show or the Stowaways, and I remember at the very end, everybody got up on stage, so there was making me 40 people up there, and at the end of it just became like this big, huge, like metal ending. I remember. And it's like just a bunch of like kind of like noise.
There was 8 of us playing on that drum kit, like me and John Tempesta and Jerry Gaskill and Johnny Kelly and John DeServio was a bass player, but he was still up there playing. I was like, a whole bunch of us just bashing away, but still in time,
Yeah. Well, actually, you know what happened was I remember at one point it just was like a big mess of sound, and what I did was Matt from Pop Evil was standing next to me, so I was like, I took off my bass and I handed it to him, and I was like, here you go, you can finish off the song from here.
You didn't break his nose, did you? Because Matt had an incident.
Oh, I heard the last time.
Yeah, 2000.
Well, actually, something else that almost nobody would know is there's a whole email thread for the Stowaways that, did we figure out which songs we're going to play and who's going to do them. We all kind of talk about the arrangements of it beforehand. So after the cruise, maybe a few days later, Sonny Sandoval writes this nice, like, really sweet email to everybody about how much fun he had and how great it was to work with everybody. And all of a sudden, every single one of us starts writing all these sappy emails. That's awesome. It's so professional. I'm going to miss you guys. I hope we do it again. Let's take this on the road. And, everybody's like wanting to keep it going somehow. Just we all became really good friends in this short amount of time just playing together. We all connected. So
it's funny, as we've talked to a lot of bands and interviewed bands from it, I think the band members enjoy it as much as the fans, because I've heard other band members say the same thing about how much they enjoyed picking the songs and getting to play with some of the people that influenced them.
Yeah.
It was like a month-long process to pick those songs.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, your most recent, the Catch Me When I Fall video, it's not like your typical music video, where the modern music video, where it's just you guys playing and you show the band.
Yeah.
Did you guys enjoy doing a video like that? A little departure from the the common video now.
Tremendous acting skills.
No, to be honest, I actually really enjoyed shooting that video. They rented out this castle in the Hollywood Hills for us to go shoot that.
That was pretty cool.
And it was like a 20 or 13 hours we were up there or something like that.
Oh wow!
It was actually really cool though, yeah.
And it was the I've done a lot of music videos. It was the very first one I've ever done that did not have any live band shots.
Yeah, and it's what jumped out at me. Yeah,
but band playing or whatever.
It was kind of a throwback, like to the the ancient MTV days where he had all those concept videos.
Yeah.
So was the acting.
Yeah, I guess you can say that. I didn't say it. You didn't.
So at least B-level acting.
So, Decker, you've been in the band like almost from the inception, I think, right? Going back a little ways now.
Yeah.
So, talk about how the band has evolved since that first EP and where you are now.
It was like a re-inception when I stepped in, because basically Mixie was ready to just give it up, and I stepped in and I said, no, we're doing this. She was down at that time, and I picked her back up, and she was like, no. I'm like, no, we are doing this. Trust me. And so it was just she and I at one point, and we were just jamming, just drums and vocals, And then we've gone through some different members over the years, and each one's contributed their own thing. And when they left or were fired, it always seemed like such a tragedy at the time, but it always turned out to be for the best, because the lineup that we have now, I feel, is by far the strongest we've ever had, and everybody is dedicated, and we all work really hard, and it's starting to pay off finally. And what's funny is the people who didn't believe in the beginning or who left, you can tell that they're all just kind of like, they can see what's going on, we're out there killing it, and it's due to everybody's hard work along the way, but ultimately I feel like we have the best lineup that we've ever had, for sure.
Aw, thank you.
Yeah, well, except for
I love the lineup.
So I was listening to City of Angels today. You guys are an LA band, and the question that came to my mind, I couldn't tell whether you love it or hate it from the song. The way the lyrics are in that City of Angels song, is it a love-hate lyrics, or elaborate on it a little?
I used to love LA. I love the road more.
Rhythmically, that is by far my favorite song on the album.
It's a really fun
I
song.
love that. I love to play that one. It's got like this jumping, bouncing beat or whatever. I can really jump around to a lot.
Yeah, it's really heavy.
Yeah.
And like it's a fun song to play. As far as Los Angeles itself, you know, I don't dislike LA. I just like being on the road a lot more, which is working out because last year we were on the road for over eight months. You know, so we were even home 4 months out of the year, which I'm totally fine with.
So, as much as you're on the road, are you guys still writing? I mean, I know the album's still floating around; it's still fairly new. But are you working on new music now?
As much as we can, you know, in between touring.
We had a bus that we were working on music in, but that bus, we had to leave in Alabama temporarily.
Oh, no.
Yeah, it blew up.
No big deal.
Yeah, it just needs a new engine, which is that's a
Just a
minor,
minor
Just a little
Yeah,
minor
it's
tweak, right?
a small problem.
I don't know the answer to this. Summer festivals? Are you going to keep touring, or you got some festival plans coming up this summer?
Plan is to keep touring as much as we can, but nothing's booked yet. So, you know, we'll see. Mainly, we really have to figure out this bus thing first.
Yeah.
So that we can get 2 tours. But yeah, I mean, the plan is to keep touring. We did do a lot of the festivals last year, and I think that they like to swap out bands like
Every other year, yeah,
kind of for
sure.
that. So maybe we won't do as many, but we still want to.
Might
We
time
would.
out good with a new album too, right? Take a year away and hit that
Right.
cycle again.
Yeah.
Well, guys, Decker, Randy, I want to thank you for being with us on the Marmy Rock Show. We had a great time with y'all on Shiprock, and I remember we looked over, we saw you up in that little perch at the sail away party. I think you guys were standing on that little. It was like that little half circle. Looks like it was designed as a little mini VIP thing up there or something.
Right
But,
in front of the stage.
Dead center stage, yeah, little elevated things, yeah,
Oh no, I was gone by then.
yeah. That was your day with.
Decker had nothing to do that day.
Yeah.
As soon as he got on the boat, he disappeared.
That's what I do. Like the first year they were like, where's that? They were all worried about me, and every single time we had something to do, I would be there. I would be the first one there, and you know we'd do whatever we had to do. As soon as it was done, I was gone. You know, they're like, see ya, because I see his guys every day. You know,
tight
like,
quarters
I'm on
on
this boat,
tour.
with
Yeah.
3,000 people. I don't know. Let's go. You know, I want to go and meet all of them and hang out. And I feel like it's better if we split up like that, because if the whole band is in one spot, then you have a whole other boat full of people.
That's a good point.
Yeah, so
I never really thought about that, but
that's
you're
kinda
absolutely
what I
right,
do. It's
yeah.
like just run off and meet a whole different group of people, and you know the rest of them we can all do whatever we want. So
Great strategy.
yeah, as long as I am where we're supposed to be when we're supposed to be there, then I'm okay.
Guys, thanks a lot for being here. I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you.